This is not the time to be going back to old ways, old habits, old situations, old people. This is not the time. This is not the time. Okay, don't crumble during times of being uncertain. Don't crumble. Don't be the bait. Don't be the bait. When it comes to uncertainty, we want some answers, we want some clarity, we want some insight into what it do. Uncertainty doesn't last forever. It doesn't last forever, because when I think back to my 20s and I was uncertain about things, I thought that was it. I thought that was it. I thought that was it. I thought I would never get an answer. I thought I'd never get clarity. I thought I'd never know what to do or never know how this is going to plan out. And now I'm not in my 20s and I look back and I think, actually it worked out, or actually I did get the answer, or actually I did get clarity, or actually at some point I did figure out what to do. Why this car Sweden? These lot are uncertain of the speed limit on this road. I get it, but don't do that. It's your girl Shan. Welcome back to Shan Talks. Now, I missed you guys. I know you don't believe me, but I missed you guys, and I need you guys right now. Like, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. And we're going to talk. We're going to get into it today, because this video isn't even planned. If you haven't already, subscribe. In my last video, I said anyone who subscribes to my channel, you are now officially my cousin. Okay, so all my subscribers, all my cousins, hello, how are you doing? If you want to be my cousin, you know what to do. Press that subscribe button, and now you're officially my family. I find it crazy that I don't know what to talk about in this video. I've set out to make a YouTube video today. I don't know what to say. It's not that I haven't got things to speak about. It's just like, which thing do I talk about? What topic do I talk about? I don't know what to talk about. And I think that's because I'm at a place in my life where I feel a bit uncertain about a few things. And it's weird, because usually I've got everything on lock. Usually I know exactly what's going on, exactly what I'm doing, exactly where I'm going to be. For the last few days I'm like, what's going on in my life? Like, what's going on? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What's the plan? Is this definitely the plan? Is this definitely what you want to do, Shan? Is this definitely where you see yourself? Are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want? Are you sure that you can do this? Are you sure that you want this? Like, a lot of uncertainty is going through my head right now, which has created uncertainty for the topic of this video. Maybe the topic of this video is how to deal with uncertainty. Maybe I'm uncertain right now. It's not often that happens. Usually I have a clear plan, a clear goal, a clear objective. I know what I want to do. My mindset, I'm focused, I'm running with it. Shan don't know what to do right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where I'm going with this. The thing is with uncertainty is, the reality of it is, we want some insight, we want some clarity, we want some answers regarding our life, right? And one thing I've learned is that sometimes the answer doesn't just come and hit us in the face. Sometimes it's not, we don't just wake up and have the answer. Sometimes we don't just get the answer in its full form. Sometimes it's unpacked to us in small, subtle ways, and sometimes we get a little bit of clarity each day, or maybe over the weeks, or maybe over the months. I don't think we give enough appreciation to God for when He does give us answers, because, like I said, we expect the answers to come in one way, and it never comes the way we expect. It never just comes written to us like on a big sign. It doesn't always. Sometimes it can happen, because I've had that before, but it doesn't always. The answers don't always show up for us in big clear writing, but sometimes the answers come through experience. Sometimes the answers come through a gut feeling. Sometimes the answers come through what someone says. What I'm trying to say is with uncertainty, I don't even know. I'm uncertain. I don't even know. With uncertainty, I don't even know. When I reflect back to when I was in my 20s, and anytime I felt uncertain or unsure of something, sometimes it felt like a bit doom and gloom. Sometimes it felt like I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes it felt like I was going to be in that position or that point in life forever. You know, when you can't see where you're going, or you can't see how things are going to plan out, and you know, like, you can have goals, you can have ideas, you can have dreams, or an idea as to where you want to be, but what if you can't see it? Like, what if you can't see it? What if you're not feeling it? And what if you're not even sure if that's what you want after all this time? What if after all this time working towards something, or believing in something, or having this idea that you are going to be a particular way, or you want to have a particular thing, or be in contact with a particular person, I don't know, and then what if you get that very thing that you've been wanting and you're like, oh, is that it? Or I don't know where I'm going with this. Again, uncertain. I'm trying to find the positives in being uncertain, and I think with being uncertain, I think it is a good thing, because that means that you have to accept that you don't know. And that's an issue that I've had in my life, is always wanting to know everything and why and how and show me, and I think I've been a person that likes to have control over everything that happens in my life, and I think it really humbles me, because it reminds me that I don't know everything. Okay, like, yeah, you're good at talking, yeah, you can talk for England, but you don't know everything, babes. You definitely don't know everything. It humbles me, but also it excites me, because it helps me to know that there's more growing to do, there's more learning to do, there's more things to experience. And it's just like reading a book, isn't it? Like, you don't know what every page is going to entail, and I guess if we knew everything, how boring would that be? Do you know what I mean? How boring would that be if we knew everything? Like, when I was in my 20s, I didn't think that I'd be here right now. I didn't think that I would know what I know right now. Rather than seeing, and this is for myself as well, like, rather than seeing uncertainty as a negative thing and a bad thing, we can just look at it as it's a new chapter, there's new growth, there's new things to learn, and we don't know everything. And I think when it comes to being uncertain, it requires trust and faith in God. He's guiding us, you know. There's a Bible scripture that says there's a lamp to our feet, and that means that if there's a lamp, that means it's dark, that means you can't see, that means you're uncertain about where you're going and what's really happening. So yeah, just trust that God's guiding us and He's leading us to where we need to be. When it comes to being uncertain, it's so important not to crumble and not to revert back to old ways, old habits, old circumstances, getting back into old relationships, old friendships, old jobs, whatever it is, because you're looking for comfortability or familiarity or something that makes you feel certain. I think it's about embracing the uncertainty, and every day you wake up just trusting that as long as you're doing your part, that God is leading you to exactly where you need to be. And yeah, don't go back to your old ways, your old habits, your old situations because you're uncertain. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go back to what you once knew. There's a Bible scripture again that says only a dog returns to its own vomit. Okay, and it's tempting to go back. It's tempting to go back. Like, tempted to go back. It's tempting to go back because you're uncertain about things. But don't go back. Don't go back. Don't go back to your old ways. Don't go back to your laziness. Don't go back to that old mindset. Don't go back to it because you left it and you changed for a reason. Okay, and I'm just speaking my raw truth right now, guys. Like, unfiltered, unplanned, like keeping it real. Like, if this wasn't a YouTube video, I still would have made this video or a voice recording for myself because I'm uncertain. Like, I'm certain, but there's doubt. I'm certain, but there's doubt. Does that make any sense? Is that possible? Is that possible? I don't know. I'm uncertain. I don't know. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. But what I want to say to you guys is, you know, like I said in my first YouTube video, trust the process. Like, you've been uncertain many times before. If you think back to a time in your life where you was mega confused, mega stressed out, didn't know what to do, and I've had those periods of my life. Like, I remember like having headaches for days on end, overthinking, being uncertain, being unsure, not knowing what to do, worrying, stressing, and having headaches every day, overthinking. Like, no matter where I was, things were on my head, deep in everything, breaking everything down, wanting to know why, wanting to know how, wanting to know when, wanting to know should I, wanted to know could I, wanted to know if I, like, all these things were going through my head, and I got something in my eye. Uncertain what it is. I'm uncertain what it is. I remember being in that place, like, uncertain, and it hurt my head. I used to stress it. I used to worry. I don't want to ever go back to that place. Like, and I think there's a blessing and a curse being a curious person and being an inquisitive person, because you want to know everything. You want to know the whys and the hows. It's a blessing and a curse, and learning to accept that you don't know takes a lot. It takes a lot, but also it takes faith that God knows the plans. God knows what's going on. God knows where you're supposed to be. God knows where you're going to be. And when you look back at those times when you wasn't certain, it worked out. It worked out. It worked out. Whether you forgot about it, whether you dealt with it, whether circumstances changed, it's not that anymore. You was uncertain, but now you're certain, and you probably don't even realize that you're certain because you don't even think about it anymore. It's not an issue anymore. It's not a problem anymore. Like, the thing that was once a problem, the thing that you once couldn't solve, where is it? What's happened? Like, you probably don't even think about it. Like, that very thing that you spend hours overthinking about, and days overthinking about, and months and maybe years overthinking about, it's no longer a problem. It's no longer an issue. But you forgot that at one point you was uncertain about something, you was worried about something, but look now, living your best life. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know what I've come to say, but this is what I've come to say is trust, have faith, have faith. And another thing as well is, during times of uncertainty, if you go back to some of these old things, these old ways of thinking, these old people, these old situations, you will never really get a chance to see what's on the other side. During times of uncertainty, it's a test of your faith. How bad do you want it? Is this what you really want? Are you willing to do what it takes to get what you want, or to be the person that you want to be, or to see a situation change? It's a test of your faith. If you revert back to your old self and old situations, you will never see how things will plan out. You will never see what is on the other side, and you don't want to have regrets. And I've done it before, where, you know, I was hoping for something and believing for something, and during times of uncertainty got frustrated and made foolish decisions because being impatient, being uncomfortable, not liking where I'm at. But you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and being uncertain, because there's things to learn in that period. There's things that need to happen. It's not always going to go the way we want it to go, or it's not always going to happen on our time, regardless of how much you manifest, how much you believe, and how much you pray or anything like that, because it's about God's timing. I'm not saying don't be positive, but what I'm saying is that just don't crumble during your times of being uncertain. Don't go back. Stay focused, stay present, stay aligned, and live each day as it comes. Don't try and overthink it and think too far ahead as to what it's going to be, how it's going to go, how it should look, and what's going to go on. Like, don't do that, because that's when you cause yourself unnecessary stress. Because, like I say, like, we don't know how it's going to go. We don't know if what we have planned is going to happen. We don't even know if tomorrow is going to happen. So, like I say all the time, like, be present. And I'm saying this to myself because, like I said, when I started pressing record, I didn't know what I was going to say, but I just said the first thing that came to my head. Be present. Be present. Don't try and figure out how it's going to plan out. Just do your best today. Pray every morning. Ask God for help. Ask God to guide you and show you and lead you to where you should be. And then live your life the best that you know how to live it. And then that's when you can be confident that, you know what, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm being guided. And where you are right now, what you're doing right now, and the circumstance that you're in right now, even if it doesn't seem ideal, even if it doesn't seem great, even if it seems dark, even if you're not sure, even if it doesn't feel how you expect it to feel, or it doesn't look how you want it to look. Just trust that it's all going to work out. And even though right now you might be uncertain, at some point in life you're going to be certain. Oh my gosh, that just sounded like poetry. That sounded like poetry, guys. Give me a round of applause. Like, and if you're not going to give it to me, give it to myself, because I'm certain that I just gave you like a whole message. Guys, thank you for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate that. I appreciate the people who have watched all my videos. Like, when some people say to me that they've watched all my videos and keep going, like, I appreciate the support. Haven't yet subscribed? What are you doing? I know you want to be cousins. I love you guys. Holla.